Hello, real estate world. Welcome to the Nova Show, Real Estate Records. This is Nuria Rivera, owner of Novation Title. I wanted to create the space for you guys to be able to share success stories, but not only success stories. I also wanted you guys to be able to share raw stories. Everything that you have learned from the failures, the lessons, the wins. This is a space for our community to come together so that we can help each other rise to the next level. This is the space to be vulnerable, and this is the space for us to all be able to support each other in this real estate world. Please enjoy this episode.
Hello and welcome to the Nova Show Real Estate Records. My name is Tristan Hammett and I am your host for today's episode. Join us as we spotlight Flavio and Kim Orlandini, a dynamic husband and wife team redefining Utah's real estate landscape. With Flavio's 15 plus years of experience since moving from Brazil and Kim's recent journey into real estate, this powerhouse couple continuously achieves top producing team status at their brokerage. Balancing a family of 5, their dedication and collaborative prowess set them apart. Tune in for insights, wisdom, and inspiration from their story.
Woohoo! Welcome, Kim and Flavio.
Thank you for having us.
I'm so excited to be here with you guys. I met you, I actually think it was a year and a half ago at your brokerage. They have a give back day every year.
Yes.
And we were at the Boys and Girls Club.
That was
doing
fun.
Community work. That was fun. Pulling weeds and cleaning. That was awesome.
It was a good day.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I do know a little bit about you because I read your article in the Real Producers magazine. Congratulations.
Thank you.
But I really don't know too much, and our audience, I want them to know. So can you tell us where both of you are from and how you came to Utah and how you got into real estate?
Absolutely. Do you want to start, Kimmy?
Well, I was going to say, you have the more exciting story. I'll start. I was born and raised here in Utah. I grew up in the Salt Lake Valley. Went to high school at Cottonwood High School. And met Flavio in my senior year of high school.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh, babies.
I didn't know that part.
And, well, at the time.
At the moment.
Oh, okay.
At that time, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We got married really young. Well, I got married at 18 because Flavio, he asked me out like 4 times, and I did not want to go out with this older guy. But eventually it worked out, and we've been married almost 24 years.
Oh, my God. Congratulations.
Yes, we've been together 24 years. We just celebrated 23 years. So, yeah.
Yes.
Congratulations. That's an accomplishment because marriage is not easy, and especially when you're so young and you have these young kids.
Yeah.
You know, and
yeah, we kind of grew up together, but we are in a really amazing time of life. Like, our kids are getting older and moving out, and we're just getting to be together and do more things together, and now working together, which is so exciting.
Yes. Okay, Flavio.
Yes, so I came to the U.S. in 95, right before I turned 18, and then a month later I turned 18. And so my sister was living here at the time, and at the time, my parents would come to the U.S., stay here for a few months to help my sister, and then they would go back. And they did that for a little while, and then my brother ended up saying, well, I want my turn. I want to go to the U.S. too. And then that's when they end up moving. So they officially moved to the U.S. in 99.
Okay.
And then that's when kind of things started with real estate, because it dawned on me not too long ago that my parents have always been in real estate in Brazil. When they came to the U.S., it was one of the hardest things that they did, but they ended up co-signing on our first home that we ever bought in 99. And my name was on the house, so I was all excited about it. Anyway, so that's when, my journey here in the U.S. started.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And so I read that you actually wanted to be a pilot.
Yes.
And you have your accounting and business degree.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was, I'm glad you brought it up. Yeah. Yeah, I've always wanted to be a pilot. It's still on my bucket list. I was actually, that's one of the things that kept me here in the U.S. because at the time, Going to school here is a little bit easier than it is down in Brazil. It's not cheaper, but it is easier.
Okay.
And so that attracted me to, I'm going to try schooling here. So then I did start going to school. I was enrolled in the aviation program. At the time, it was UVSC. And then took some aviation classes. And then I was about to get started on flying the airplane, the most exciting part. And then 9/11 happened, and that was obviously a big bummer. Mm-hmm. And then things had to change, because then at that time, Kim and I, at that time, I was still working and doing things, but I figured, this is going to be happening soon here. So then I needed to get something that I knew would be, would work. And so I went to my next best thing, which is accounting. I love numbers, I love reports. And I started working with companies that, using accounting. I was enjoying it, but then I realized that I didn't like sitting in front of a computer for too long. And looking at numbers wasn't necessarily a passion. It was just a means to an end, but it wasn't a passion.
Okay.
And then at that time, my parents were also getting into the investing in real estate here in the U.S. with, purchasing other homes. And they didn't speak English, and my English at the time was a little bit better than theirs. But then in the middle of doing the translating and, going back and forth, one of the agent that was actually helping my parents at the time, he was a great coach. He's the one that kind of started telling me, you should get your license so you can help your parents. And then Kim was encouraging me to get my license. So eventually I ended up getting my license in 2006.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's been a while, and you went through the 2007, 2008
that was
crash.
Awesome.
How did you get through that? Because you're kind of a newer agent.
Yes.
And I'm sure there was a lot of short sales and
Oh yeah.
how was Salt Lake? Like, was there a lot of cash offers on homes with investors?
It was an interesting time, and interesting enough, I didn't do real estate for other people very much up until I think it was 2012 or 2011. At that time, I was more focused on growing our family portfolio.
Okay.
And so we're at the time we're investing in acquiring properties, and everybody was thinking that we're crazy to buy properties when they're losing value. And but that's when we decided to do a little bit more of growing our portfolio.
I think that's a smart idea. Do you
Yeah.
still have some of those properties?
We do.
Yeah, that's when we personally started investing around 2010.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we would, and then I don't think it was a fun thing, because most of the properties that we acquired at that time, we lived in for at least a year to about a year and a half, and then would move again, and it wasn't a lot of fun, but it was easy. Kids, at the time we only had Jonathan, and so it was still a baby, so it was easier to do the moves, but it wasn't as fun, huh?
No.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to do when you have young kids if you're going to live in a home.
Just move around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
but that's
reinvest.
how you build, right? Because
Yeah.
each
That's how
home
we
started
built.
gaining equity,
Yes.
and then
Yep.
I'm sure you guys were pulling from that equity. And
Yep. Exactly.
Rent was going high, and because people didn't want to buy, but they still had to live somewhere.
Yeah.
So then for us, it made sense to just keep buying, and because the rent would cover the mortgage, and so it was easy. It was relatively easy. It wasn't a piece of cake. That's not what I'm saying, right? But it was one easier way to grow our portfolio during that time.
And I'll tell you, as the mother and the wife of the family, Flavio had to convince me to begin investing in real estate because money was so tight, and we were kind of poor, married, little tiny new family. And so once he convinced me, things just kind of took off from there. And like now we get excited about investing, and we can just see how good it is, even if it takes a little bit of sacrifice in the beginning.
Yeah, a little bit of hard times, but now, I mean, I know you guys know what your homes are worth, but I can't even imagine what they're worth now.
It's awesome.
Like that's some wealth building right there.
Yeah, we like to tease our kids, like, you and your kids are gonna have the benefit of all of this hard work one day, you know, and now just like telling them, yeah, you got to work hard.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome
for you. Yeah.
So, and then Kim, you got into real estate a few years back now.
Yeah, 2 years ago. I just celebrated my 2nd anniversary.
Perfect. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And so, obviously, I'm assuming that the kids got older, kind of like, you know, they're not at home as much. So really, I'm sure.
Yeah. So like we mentioned, Flavio's been in real estate almost 18 years, and he's kind of grown his business to a point where he just needed help. And he asked me probably for 2 years before I got my license, can you just get your license? Can you just get your license? And so what I brought into it was like this unique perspective, because I was like an OG blogger, you know, so I kind of knew a little bit about marketing and social media. And so really I stepped into the role of, what do we need to do in order to help more people, and help more people like learn how amazing real estate is and how amazing investment is. So that's kind of been my role in things. And then just whatever needs to be done is what I do. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then Flavio likes the numbers. And so you're running the social media, which you do a great job. You guys are so cute. Over the holidays, the elf one is like amazing.
I tell people that I am a victim of Kim's creativity.
She's so creative, like the Target ball, and oh my gosh,
yeah. So that's been really fun to like. And Flavio is just such a good sport. Our whole family is such a good sport. Like I come up with these ideas, and then they kind of look at me like deer in the headlights. Are you serious?
What's mom up to now?
Yeah, and then in the end, they see the vision come to life, and they're like, okay, that was worth it.
Yeah. So have you found that being more present on social media has helped? Like maybe have you grabbed leads from your social media?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And is this like family and friends that see you and they're like, oh yeah, they're...
Yeah, I think it's mostly family and friends
and acquaintances.
Yeah.
Okay.
People that are already aware of who we are. And so I think what I've noticed, and this is what I keep sharing with Kim, is when she does these little things, right, it becomes an easy talking point for me to
share with her SOI.
To share with, yeah. Because it's not just about, hey, it's a great time to buy or it's a great time to sell. And so it gives me a chance, because you may not know this about me, but I'm super shy. And so it makes it easier for when I get that text message, or when I'm talking to past clients, even current clients. Oh, I saw your social media. I saw your post. I saw this. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. You know?
Yeah.
So it helps me be able to bring out the fun into the conversation a little bit easier. I can still do it without it, but it's not as easy. So it helps quite a bit when Kim does that kind of stuff on our social media.
Yeah, so creative.
Thank you.
And that was like, I don't know if the word is directed or produced, but I don't know. It looked really fancy and like high quality.
We did it all ourselves and learned a lot along the way.
So you guys are going to have to go look at their Instagram, and they have a lot of fun and very creative. So
Or don't.
Please do. Flavio dressed as an elf is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
It was.
Those yellow ties are not my favorite.
Yeah, he was not excited about wearing yellow tights. But.
Yeah.
Okay, so before Kim joined forces, how are you building your business, Flavio?
Yes, I do spend the vast majority of my time either calling or texting everybody that I know, that I work with or have worked with, or past clients. So I spent a lot of time on the personal level with everybody. In all transparency, I did very little social media prior to Kim joining. I did very little emails or, the standard, I guess, marketing. I really spent a lot of time really just talking to people, to my people. Yeah.
Okay.
very like old school, very on the ground kind of marketing.
Yeah.
And we're like, I know a lot of people our age are already into the video making, the TikTok, the Instagram, but we weren't. And so that's kind of been our new learning curve, and trying to hire people to help us to learn how to do that. And so I think we're in the beginning stages of that, but still Flavio is very much like on the ground, always on the phone talking and really connecting with people that way.
Yeah, because basically one of the things that every time I get a chance to meet somebody and start working with somebody, in conversation, two things I end up sharing with them. One is that my goal isn't just to close that transaction and yay, good luck, and I'm happy, they'll go celebrate, right? It's more like I really want to be part of their life to some extent, right? And then if they, want to talk about cars, want to talk about sports, I'm not very good at sports, but if they just need to vent or something, or just bounce off some ideas, or need to find a plumber, or need to find something, right? I like that they see me as a trusted friend or as a trusted resource. And so that's something that I share with them. And combined with that, I let them know that my intention is to keep in contact with them, unless they tell me, no, thank you, you don't need to contact me afterwards. No one has ever done that. But my intention is to really make it clear to them that
we're here to mentor, we're here to help in any way.
To help. And
we're here for the long haul.
Right.
Okay.
And so based on that, that makes it easier for me to reach out to them, whether it's a phone call or text message or happy birthday or Merry Christmas, whatever whatever may be happening, to try to be a part of that. I love it because then not too long ago, I started to see the benefits of that, or now I'm starting to help their kids buy their home, and then become friends with their kids. And it's a very different dynamics because of they're much younger and obviously, different, just different lifestyles in a sense. But the trust that they put in me, because their parents are now saying, oh yeah, Flavio will help you. And so it's nice to see that, I guess, that innate trust that they have in me, when I'm helping them, and their parents are, satisfied and happy that relationship can keep going, right? So
okay. And what do you go into, I've seen you at the office before. Do you go into the office? Is it daily? Do you have a home office too? Like, how does a typical work day look like for both of you? And being a husband and wife team now, how do you keep that balance? And do you talk about real estate at home and at work?
All the time, every day, all day long. Sometimes we're in our therapist's office, and I'm like, please don't let us invest in real estate again. This was so stressful this year, those kinds of things. But yeah, real estate is a part of our lives. And we work together 3 days a week. We work 2 mornings a week together. And then we go into our office on Tuesdays and we work until our kids are out of school. And we find that that's been the best thing for us. And like Flavio said, he's the main point of contact, where he's texting and he's calling. And he kind of does that every day throughout the week. And yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
I love that part. It makes it easy when I go to kids' school events or sports and there's waiting. I have an opportunity to check in, and so I like that dynamic. It is very time consuming. It works great for me to be able to accomplish what I've told them that I want to accomplish, which is to try to be some part of their lives, not just for that real estate transaction. So it allows me to, and then now Kim coming in and doing the behind the scenes or some other cool stuff, it just complements it. It makes it, like I said earlier, it makes it easier for me to.
Yeah.
And I loved tooting Flavio's horn. This is like, when he asked me to work with him, I'm like, I'm going to be talking about you a lot everywhere I am. Because like he says, he's very shy and he's so humble, but that's what I love about the way that he touches our clients, because it's not like an automated system. It's not like we're sending this mass text, it's personable, and I think people feel that.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful. And I think that makes a difference, right?
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Okay, so who does your TC work?
Oh, we
Carrie.
love her. Carrie.
Okay, so you have a TC you use.
We do.
Yes.
She lives
Perfect.
in St. George, and she's amazing.
Oh, okay,
Incredible.
so it's not, is she through your brokerage or not?
Originally she was, but then she's so awesome. She outgrew the, I guess, the environment, and so she ended up going solo, and she does amazing. I often tell her that I feel like she is my boss, for lack of a better
Yes.
term. You know, I'm like,
Yes.
I beg her to never drop me, and it's just like I'm afraid of losing her. And
That's
so,
awesome when you find someone that's that crucial.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and like that good, and you guys just jive and
Yeah.
you know.
I think she's the most important like member of our team, to be honest. Like,
yeah,
we couldn't do it without Carrie.
it gives me that peace of mind and confidence, which I can pass along to the friends or clients that I'm helping, that whatever I'm responsible for, it is going to happen as expected,
Okay.
right? And I think Carrie does a great job of that.
Yeah, I think it's so important too when you're, especially when you're, you know, you're doing business, because that time you would be doing your paperwork.
Yes.
Now you can be prospecting or business
Yes.
building.
Which is so vital for us.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
One of the things that I told Carrie is that, Carrie, I hate computers. And so, and this is like when I was interviewing different TCs, right? Which I've had a sheer number of TCs, and they're all great. But one of the questions that I asked her is like, what do you think I'm going to be doing in the computer if we work together? And I can't remember the exact words of what she said, but basically she said, you probably won't even have to look at a computer again. I'm like, yes, go.
I love it. Oh my gosh, that's rad.
And it still happens realistically, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's just to kind of illustrate the how crucial she is.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you guys have like a morning routine?
We do.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear about it.
Well, we like to wake up at 6.
Okay.
Well, we don't like to, but we do.
Well put.
Excuse me. We make breakfast and lunch for our girls. It's something we've never done. It was kind of this thing in the last year that we decided to do because we realized our kids are about to leave, because our son did. He moved out, and I was like, we gotta spend time with these girls, but the only time we get to spend time with them is that hour in the morning.
Yeah.
And after they leave, we work out together, and then we do our work. If it's our work day, we work together, and if it's not, then we just go about and do our individual tasks.
Okay.
But yeah, that's been so important and so vital.
Yeah.
Just spending that time together in an environment where it's like not work, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure in the morning, like your phones aren't blowing up.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, you
Yeah.
just be really intentional with your time together.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that gives us 3 hours before the workday really starts, and other people do start bothering us, you know. But it's just wonderful. Sorry about that. Sounds like a bad.
No, I mean
Engaging.
Yeah, engaging with you, and then the social media you have to get on, and
Yes. Yeah, because that all is so noisy. Yeah, it's almost meditative what we do in the morning. I like it. It's quiet and beautiful.
Yeah.
yeah. So, both of you can answer, or but what are the top 3 things that you feel have contributed to your growth over the years?
Good question.
I can answer first if you're still
Yeah,
ready.
go for it.
Just like because I'm so fresh in this business with Flavio together, and we started Team Orlandini when I got my license. But watching Flavio over the years, I would say his ability to mentor people, and especially recently, this younger generation, we have 20-year-olds, 22, 24-year-olds buying their first home with the idea in mind to be investors. And so I love that, because Flavio has been mentoring them and kind of just showing them a different way. Like, hey, you could get into this place right now instead of renting. And then in 2 years from now, you can get something else and you can rent that one out. And that's been really beautiful for me to see.
Yeah, that's
And
brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yes, I do like that a lot. And
Is this like once a month, or what does this look like for you?
so it's essentially with every client or friend that I'm working with. I
Okay.
feel like in my conversations with them, I'm not just telling them this is a good house, that's a good house, or this is why, that's why. I'm kind of helping them broaden
their ideas and their
like
goals,
their mindset for it,
Yeah.
right? Because it's still to this day, it surprises me how some people don't have the mindset of investing in your future. Because to me, it seems to be second nature, but often we find people that don't have the mindset of, yes, I should sacrifice a little bit right now. And I don't want this to sound negative, even though it may be, but my point is that I love helping people have a different mindset or different perspective on real estate as a means to an end, and not just a place to live, right? Because if it's just a place to live, we know some people that are like, oh, I pay low rent, and so this is a great place. I'm gonna stay here forever because the rent is so cheap at the moment.
Right. And they can kick you out at any time.
Right. Yeah. And so just kind of helping people either change or improve their current perspective. So when it comes to the mentorship that Kim is talking about, I'd like to, one of the things I even tell people is like, look, you're probably going to hear a lot of information from me. I just love talking about real estate. But my goal is to be able to provide you with ideas, concepts that can just trigger a thought or trigger a question or trigger an action that will get you to the next step, whatever that next step may look like. And so I just like helping people. And so we do have a couple of people on our team that I mentor on. It depends on that agent. Some agents want to have that mentorship on a daily basis. Some are just like, I just need that mentorship whenever I'm going through a transaction. And so it depends on how much they want from me, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to family or friends or clients that are involved in a real estate, I guess, decision making, that's when I really feel like mentoring people as they're going through their own transaction.
It feeds you. Feeds your soul.
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
yeah.
It gets me super excited to answer their questions.
Well, because
and call
you
them.
know firsthand what it can do for you guys
Right.
and your family.
Yeah.
You know? So that's beautiful. And I love that you mentor the agents at your office as well, because I feel like that's a common denominator with top producing agents is giving back.
Right.
And it doesn't always have to be like monetary. It can be just, mentoring other agents, mentoring clients, and just giving your knowledge
Right.
and your perception and advice to them.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Okay.
I'm an open book. So people ask me questions. How do you do this? How do you do that? Why I do this? Why I do that? Let's do it. Like, yes, I do have my strategies, my skills, and my art, right? And there's plenty to go around. And so I feel like whenever I'm helping people, it doesn't matter if you're another agent, right, that is not on my team, or an agent that is on my team, or not an agent, somebody that's just, doesn't matter. If you need help, you need help. Let's do it, and it just makes me feel good. It gets me excited. It gets me going, and it impacts whatever next action I'm gonna have, know.
I think it's really karmic too, because like Flavio's mentored people, and like we don't get anything from it except for the satisfaction of just mentoring.
Yeah.
And seeing other people succeed in investing or succeed in real estate, and that's been really beautiful too.
Without a hidden agenda, basically.
Yeah. Right. So I want to switch the question. I saw a photo of you guys in front of an Orlandini moving truck. Do you guys have a moving truck?
We do.
You do? Okay, that's cool. Tell me more about that, because I haven't, I've seen brokerages have them, but I haven't seen, individual teams. And actually, I've seen you guys I believe you guys had that truck at the Kuahara Farms.
We did, yes.
Yeah. So tell me more about that and why you decided to do that.
Can I tell it?
Sure.
Flavio,
Your version is more interesting than mine.
Ever since Flavio became an agent, it was his goal to have a moving truck, and we got it in 2022, so almost 2 years ago. And oh my goodness, when he got that truck, you guys, he came home and he was just
2021, but 2022 was ready. Yeah.
Yeah, when we finished getting it ready, and then he came home and he's like, "I want to put your face on it." So
Her face, not mine.
yeah. And so he's like, you got to get your license, because at that time I was in school, and I was like, no, I do not want my face on it.
Oh my
But that was kind of his vision, to have this moving truck, and he loves that truck.
Okay, so who gets to use it?
So because of insurance reasons, right? So then I have either clients that close on a deal, or past clients that can use it whenever it's available. Or I also have in my neighborhood that I am, I guess farming, right? So anybody in my neighborhood can use it as well.
Oh, okay.
Some people offer to like pay for this, pay for that. I'm like, no, there's no need for it. In fact, I insist that they don't pay. I insist that I don't even put gasoline in it because I just liked the part of it is just a way to help people. Yes, that we got our faces on it, so obviously,
Marketing, yeah.
it's marketing.
And please drive safely when you drive it.
Yes, because my face and Kim's face is on it.
Yeah, don't cut anyone off, please.
Yeah, but I had this one lady, super nice lady. She's like, I am so sorry. I was really trying to bring it back to you tonight. I don't let them keep it overnight. Just again, insurance reasons, right? But I wanted to bring it back, but here's $20 for you to put some diesel in. And I'm like, I'm so glad that you didn't have time to fill it up, because it doesn't take diesel, it takes gasoline.
Oh my God.
So that kind of scared me a little bit. So I'm very clear with people that just like, look, the tank is full. You should be able to not have to refill.
Okay.
And so anyway, it works out great. And whenever people in the neighborhood need it, they use it. And
That is so
yeah,
cool.
that's fun.
Yeah,
That's
and we've used it for our local high school to pick up like set pieces for
yeah,
their
for the
musical.
school.
Very convenient.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone should have a booth.
It makes it convenient for sure.
Yes.
And
Okay.
he's already looking at his next one. and it's
Really?
orange.
I know I need to get a
Yes.
bigger one.
Oh, okay. A bigger one.
Yeah, because it's a 14-footer, and so people usually, have to do.
If it's a small house, but we want to fit like a bigger
Yeah,
house inside.
and just parking in it, because you can't park anything bigger than a 14-footer on the street. That one you can. So
Okay.
once I have a parking place for it, and I'll
Okay.
get a bigger one.
That is so cool. Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
That's an awesome added service,
It is, yeah.
Well, let's talk about farming. So you farm an area. Is this like your neighborhood and
Yeah, it's mostly the neighborhood, and the reason I
The one we live in.
the one
yeah,
you live
the
in?
one we live
That's our
in.
main focus.
Yeah, and it's mostly because part of it really, I think the biggest part of it is just our desire to help our school. There's a lot of need in our region. First house I ever purchased was in West Valley, and all my kids, when they were born, we all lived in West Valley, and so
90% of our properties are in West Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's right. So
Just really building up our community. We
Yeah.
feel so strongly about that, and bringing good families, good people.
even though we probably could go elsewhere, I don't feel like ever leaving West Valley. I really don't, unless we retire and then I
And
don't.
then that will be in like the Bahamas or something.
Yeah, somewhere.
I love it.
Yeah, but I feel this very, very connected with the west side of our valley here. I love Utah, of course, and the entire state, but I feel very connected to West Valley. And so farming for me is more like we do put a lot of time and resources and effort into our local high school, just because we got great staff and great kids, and our kids go there, and so it just makes that, I guess, convenient, but it's also
These kids are going to be buying houses in a few years, and
Yeah.
it's nice to like build like a trust and a relationship, because they see like how valuable homeownership is, like through us and through our kids, and our kids talk about real estate all the time too, and it's
Yeah.
pretty great.
all three of them. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool. So your farming is just it's really being very intentional with your community and giving back to your community and being involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The giving back, I think it's where we focus on.
We always want to be genuine in everything that we do and to be authentic. And I believe that everyone should be that way in life. And volunteering and giving back and like creating genuine relationships is, I feel like, our strongest ability in our relationship as a husband and wife, but also as a business within, not just Salt Lake County and Utah, but specifically in West Valley City where we live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kim, what is the quote that you live by?
You'll never regret being kind.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I read that and right now I just got chills. It's beautiful.
The only regrets I have in life are misunderstandings or, missed conversations with people. And a lot of times those ended up where I wasn't as kind as I should have been or could have been, and maybe vice versa with the other people. And so I just really try to have an open mind and have kindness in everything that I do.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
And I want to talk a little bit, it's not really real estate related. It's so here in our local community, we have someone, Sarah Foley, who is, you would think she's a realtor.
She should be a realtor.
She's at all the events. But she's not. But she has a speaking academy, and you have joined that. Am I correct?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why did you do that? I want to.
So I, along with being a real estate agent, I've had this dream. I feel like my kids kind of pushed me into this dream of having a YouTube channel, but it's also just a platform to kind of talk about just overcoming trauma. Like I had a lot of childhood trauma when I was younger, and I just have felt this pull and this calling to share my story in order to help other people. And I knew I could do it. And then I met Sarah, and she has the Speaker Academy. And probably 10 years ago, maybe a little bit more than that, I spoke in church. We spoke in church as a family. And I had someone come up to me after, and they're like, "Are you a public speaker?" And I was like, "No." And I remember that woman saying, "Well, you should be." And so I've known all along how powerful my story is. But going to this having these intensive classes with Sarah has just helped me hone exactly like the best way to share my story, and I as a person have become more confident and more just able to express that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm just gathering that Flavio supports you, and and I love that so much. That's beautiful. And
I've gone to a few of their events and
classes. Yeah.
It's intimidating in a really good sense, right? Where you're in this room with a bunch of awesome people. I was like, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's a great group you guys have in there.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And
the community that you're building.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I know not only will that help you with speaking in front of people, but that helps with your presentation in your everyday life and in business, of course, right?
Yes.
So
I think Flavio and I were actually just talking about this, how I think all my life I kind of avoided personal development. And I know how important it is, especially in real estate. There's a lot of real estate agents that they thrive. And really, like, all of us as human beings can thrive when we make a conscious decision to do better in our lives and not showing up, for everyone else, but showing up for ourselves in a deeper and more beautiful and powerful way, and holding ourselves accountable in all aspects of our life, because that's when we begin to slip.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, is there any advice that you would give? Let's do Flavio first. Flavio, what advice would you give to your new agent self?
Oh, my new agent self would be, I think, trust your mentors in an instinct a little sooner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it did take me quite some time to have the vision, right? Of yes, I can do this. I should do this. I need to do this. I want to do this. I'm very analytical, which I do appreciate a lot. But once in a while, Well, when it comes to real estate, I'm already very comfortable with that. But other things, I have to look at the pros and cons with everything that I do, including real estate. But sometimes I feel like I should have taken that leap of faith or that extra sacrifice or that extra step a little bit sooner. So that's what I would probably tell my, what is it, that younger?
Your new agent.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, awesome. Kim?
Well, being a new agent, I feel like being 2 years and I'm still pretty fresh, but I would just say take advantage of every in-person training that you can. If your brokerage offers a training, take it. Get involved in a way that you're meeting other agents, other top producers, and seeing what they're doing and seeing if you can implement that in your business too. And I have learned so much, like, especially like we were talking about, like, Flav and I don't know anything about video making or TikTok or anything, but talking to other agents, I realized, there's so many resources out there that we can use and learn from.
Definitely.
And I think be seeking that out.
Okay, I love it. I want to ask one more question before we end today's episode. Where do you guys see yourself in your future?
That's a beautiful question.
Your turn, Kim.
Do you want me to answer?
Yeah.
Well, recently, our daughter, she's graduating this year from high school, and she came to us and told us what she wants to study, and her 5-year plan became our 5-year plan.
Okay.
And we have some really big goals, and that kind of involves purchasing a big commercial property. A lot of it's kind of still in the works, but that's our main goal right now, is saving in order to purchase this big commercial property, which will inevitably benefit the community and city of West Valley. So we hope that comes to fruition. So
I just got chills again.
yes,
Oh my gosh.
we are on the ground hustling, like in a way that we've never hustled before. And I think and I'm going to get a little emotional, having kids with big goals has made us have gigantic goals.
Oh.
And I think for the first time in our marriage, like, shifting that focus and trying to make her dream come true and make it our dream too. And seeing, like, the buy-in from people in our community that know about her dream is so beautiful. And I know it's going to happen, and I can't wait.
Oh, are you guys going to share? I would love to follow along on the journey.
Yeah, we will share.
You will share.
I think when she's about halfway through college, we'll definitely share.
And bring on the journey.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, we will have to all stay tuned.
That's her story to share, not what we're doing. So
That's the big picture for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to hear what this is. I know it's going to be
we'll
wonderful and beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, how amazing. Okay, and where can people follow you?
At Team Orlandini on Instagram and Facebook. And I think we have a TikTok, but we haven't posted there yet. And you can follow me personally at Kim Orlandini everywhere. And Flavio sometimes posts. He's at Flavio the Agent on the things.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me.
You bet.
And thank you to our listeners. Bye.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please rate us, like us, and share this podcast with our real estate community. The Nova Show Real Estate Record, sharing raw stories of real estate, failures, lessons, wins, and successes. This is all from Novation Title, bringing a different experience into your world so that we can all uplift each other. Until next time.